this tutorial about how to get the color correction you see in this tutorial preview color of the color correction, the last update on YouTube uploaded. This kind of mix of the warm and the cool tones. First I was doing the cool color correction and then warm it up with the Mojo. So everything you need I will post in the description, from the material, and from the plugins you're gonna need the Color Suite After Effects CC 2014 Color Suite. I don't know what is the number, I don't care about that. So you just get it, and you need that because we're gonna use the Mojo from that, and this, so we'll say Magic Bullet looks. So Color Suite from Red Giant, and that's all, and this from the description. So let's start first. First, as you see in the grading process, I was cooling down the tones and then I was warming it up, and it warmed up with the Mojo and with some other effects. Anyway, so first of all we're going to do this because I just imported that and I will show you import. So scale it down to about 59.1. I remember that I scale it down just like that, and add those margins because they really show us what we are doing. So like this. So we got this shot. This is the shot with the Red Dragon Pro M camera, and it's a really great shot. And I decided to make a color correction on this. So first of all, what we need to do is to cut the parts where it's stock shot, normal, and so like this, and I think it lays 3 seconds if I remember, just 3 seconds, that's that. So we cut this. As you can see here, those tones are brighter than her face, and that's a really big problem. So first we're gonna do is to create one null object here and rename it to tracking point. I didn't rename it in the real project. So like this. First of all, we're gonna need to track this, to trace some parts, because you're gonna see why. So track motion, and always, as I remember, always look for the eyes. So we're gonna track her eye. Because the eye is the best place for tracking. So like this. Take your, like this, the file of scanning, you can increase that. Like this, just the eye. Point to the eye. And this be the center. Don't touch the center eye, just forgive me. So like this, and you can increase this somewhere here, something like this. Then scan the file of scanning, and so zoom it out to see what happens when you press the analyze forward like this. And as I see, it's doing well. Always doing well with kind of. So that's great. That's okay. You see, it's going really good, 99.8% good, and you can keep up with this. So let's do it like this. Then go apply. Oh, first go edit target, and then go tracking point, and then go apply X and Y. That's okay. And so when we got our tracking point, I'm going to show you what we are going to do. So first of all, the most thing that we are going to use in the tutorial, because the tutorial is based on adjustment layer. So adjustment layer, first of all, first adjustment layer. And take the curves effect here, curves effect, and you see this is the high tones, the bright tones. So take it somewhere here and make it like something like this, maybe even more. like this, so it needs to be really nice, kind of fine, like this. It's okay. So this is really okay. Then make a mask right here. No, don't make a mask. First of all, scale the adjustment layer up, like this. Then make a mask around her. I mean, don't watch this much margins, so the film layers, I mean. So like this, not too close, not too far, as much as the feather will go, like this. And here you're going to do like this. Or you don't need to do like this. I mean, Command, Control Z, just do like this. And you can do here, 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 to make you this easier, to don't waste your time for that, because I did like this. So as you make this mask, you're gonna set this mask to subtract mode. I mean, mask, subtract, and the feather, you're gonna increase the feather, so like this. So you're gonna make everything around her. I mean, you can do like this, 440. So make everything around her dark, because it's too high with tones. So we make this adjustment layer, see here, you're gonna parent it to tracking point, and as you see here, it moves with her body, and you're gonna set the opacity somewhere around, I don't know, maybe 58, maybe like this. Let's see. Oh, that's great. The 50, maybe even more. 54 is the great one. So you're gonna pair this. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna Control C, Control V, something like duplicating, but copy paste, and you're gonna delete the curves effect. You're gonna do this. You're gonna add a fast blur, because you're gonna blur the things around here to make her more close to camera. So let's do like this. Let's add here repeat edge pixels, check that, and set the blurriness to 8. So I remember, I said to 8. So the blurriness is going to 8, or you can do it to 4, somewhere about 4. I think the 4 is the great one. So the 4, maybe 5. You can do it with 5. 5 is the great one. Makes all kind of nice look. So again, you're going to do like this. So layer, new adjustment layer. And first of all, this is mainly it's the most important adjustment layer, one of the most important adjustment layers. So you're gonna do it like this. Set a color balance effect, find the color balance effect like this, and what we're going to do in the color balance, as you see here, we got with the shade of red balance, and you're gonna set that to -1. So it does this, not more for now, but you're gonna increase the shade of green to 14, as I remember, and you're gonna increase the shade of blue balance to 43. So like this, you get some kind of bluish purple style right now, and then you're going to increase the mid-tone, as I remember, mid-tone green balance for 20, and you're going to increase the mid-tone blue balance to 20. So it's still kind of the purple look and something like this. You can increase the blue one for, one more, that will be this. And Next thing is this, the highlight red balance. You're gonna set to 7 because we wanna come back with red. So you're going to make it something like this saturated. I mean saturation with a lot of gamma and complex. So like this, and you're gonna set for the green balance 4, and for this one, I mean, if I remember, it was 2. So like this, and you're getting something like this. It looks awful, but it's not. And you're gonna, next thing you're gonna set is the brightness and contrast. So with the brightness and contrast, you're going like this. You're going 20, and you're getting this. So you're killing it there. Next thing you want to do is the cures. So with the cures, you add those cures here, and it looks like this. Again, you're making somewhere about like this, I think like this. This is okay. This is really okay. So do that with cures, and now you're gonna do it with exposure. And what you're going to do with exposure, you're gonna set the exposure here and make it minus 0.1. So like this. All better 0.8. No. 0.08. I mean that. So a little more darker. A little bit more dark. So next thing we're gonna do in here, we're going to apply some other effect color, CC color neutralizer. So what we're going to do with this, we're gonna leave the white for the highlights, and the shadows, we're gonna leave the shadows black. And this color supposed to be somewhere as the, I want to say, that kind of blue color, the more to white and more to dark, something like that, between the dark and those, kind of that color. So it's gonna make a warm look, but the reason I'm doing like this, because we need some of the warm parts. So see what's happening with this. Not too much. You need to don't let that warm too much. So if it's warm too much, it's too much warm, and you're gonna make a huge problem to yourself, because you need to cool it down first because of warming. So, and I really didn't end the warming too with this. So next thing is the levels. You're gonna apply the levels here. And for the RGB, we can do this, move it to the right, like this, and something like this. And here a little to the, something like this, a little to the left. So we're going to set like that. And then you set here the red, and for the red one, coming a little more here, and you're going to set this like a little more here, and to move this more to the right, so like this, so until we get this green, kind of green tone. And you can look here, we got this kind of green, as I said, the green tone. Next thing is the green section. So with the green one, you're gonna set this here to kill the too much bright green tones, and make this more about to here, and this a little to here. So like this, you get something like this, and it really looks bad, but if you want to get something good, you must pass through the bad. And go here, set this for blue, set this for here, and this one needs to be much closer to this one. So maybe even like this. I think this is the best one. So you're getting something like this now. Cooling it down, and next thing you want to do is again add the brightness and contrast. So the brightness and contrast, now we're gonna reduce the contrast for -10 like this, so you get something like this. And the next effect you want to set gamma, pedestal and gain. Oh, I'm sorry, the M doesn't work on the Camtasia. So like this. And you want to do something with mainly this one. You want to increase the blue pedestal to 0.141, and you're going to do with the blue gamma, decrease it with 1 like this. So it's adding this kind of blue here and bluish tone in her, and let's see if we got here something we can do. I mean, if I remember what I did really, it was so much like that I don't remember. Next thing, photo filter. It's kind of an old thing. Oh, I hate this in Adobe. So like this, the photo filter, and you're gonna set to custom, and you're gonna set here the black. So like this. So the black tone will kind of a little desaturate all this, and you're gonna set it to 48 or 50. I don't remember how much I did, but like this. And let's see something. I think we made a slightly mistake here. I don't know what's happening, but it's bad. It's the blurs going into it, into her. So this doesn't have to happen. So you're gonna do this. You're gonna check right here. No, not that. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. And you're gonna do like this. Select it and then move it until her face gets really clear. And it's still not clear maybe because of this one. This one makes you a problem. Just move it around. I see already that they are making the real problem here. So I'm gonna move it like this. And don't worry, it's gonna look the same as mine. Just gonna get a close feather out. So if you see here, oh, now it's good. Now it's good. So next thing is again the photo filter. Maybe boring with this photo filter, but it's important thing. And you're gonna set this to custom. And you're gonna set here the orange, just a little darker orange. They're much darker. Just like that. And maybe more saturation on this orange. Not too much. You need to do not too much. Like this. Something like this. This is the great one. Maybe more saturated. Like that. No. More saturated to red. No. I made a mistake right here. Oh, like this. It's okay. This is the real. So you're gonna set this to 20%. Like that, and you get this kind of warm and cool look. First, the next thing you wanna do is set the hue and saturation. Hue and saturation, as you can see here. And with the hue, you're gonna set this to -4. So it's really kind of stupid to do that with slight reduction, but believe me, I know what I'm doing, and if I made it like that, I will made it again. So next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna create a new adjustment layer. There will be more and more adjustment layers. And you're gonna set the selective color. Like it's here, it's red, so you don't need to do anything here. And you're gonna just set to black 100. So like this. So you get out the red tones if they make some problem, but you don't need to do like that. You can do like this to slightly reduce them, maybe 60. And if I see now it's okay. So you get now that red tones. Wait a minute, let's say back on 100. I'm gonna set it into 90. So like this. Then you're gonna create again another adjustment layer, and the next step is exposure. So opacity, I think I set this opacity to 90, I don't know why. We're going to see. So you set exposure here, exposure like this, and set the exposure to 0.6. You can do like this, and see her face is now brighter, but we don't want to do that. We need to trace to her face be bright in this kind of dark. You're gonna do like this. You're gonna make a mask like this around her face. Again, I'm saying not too close, not too far, because you're gonna make a bad thing. So we're selecting on the face like this, and you just made it that. Now you're gonna feather out that mask until it really shows it's not on there. Let's see. It's good feather it out, but too much. I think it's too much. You need to kind of see what did you feather out. So like this. And you're gonna increase the exposure. 0.8. Just like that, 0.8. And for the opacity you can do 100. Of course you can do it because it's too much to get. And then we're gonna exposure set to 120 like this, and layer, new adjustment layer. We're going to the next one. So next one is again the exposure, Y exposure, and a slight increase in the bright tones. So like this, you just set it to 0.10, and that's okay. That's good. Look here what happens. So next adjustment layer like this, and now you're gonna set the hue and the saturation, and you're gonna set the saturation to -34, and you're gonna set the lightness to -4. So like this, and you see what effect do we get like this. And that's a really good thing when you're doing the bad times to get the good time. So again, new adjustment layer, and you're going to set here exposure and set this to 14.3, and you see it's too bright, but not like that. You're going to set this to overlay, and you're going to set this to about 8%, so like this. So you see what's happening. Increase those kind of bright tones and dark tones to increase everything in the perfect way. So the overlay and the 6% of this, and again layer, new adjustment layer, and it's again exposure but the slight increasing, and you can set this to again overlay and set it to 6%, and set here exposure and make it like this, 0.10 again, I think. If I remember good, it's 0.10. Next thing is kind of weird thing, but it's not weird if you see like this. So you want to make a solid, and you're going to make it dark gray. Not too much dark, not too much bright, but dark gray. So like this, or like this. I think this is really good. So you're going to set this like this, dark gray solid. Don't miss. You're going to set this to saturation, and you're going to set its opacity about 10 or 16, I don't know, 14 maybe. Yes, 14 was perfect one. So you're getting like these cool tones. And next thing is again adjustment layer. So adjustment layer, and this is one of the weird things. You're gonna use the magic bullet looks, and you're gonna set here edit like this. You're gonna apply the preset called blockbuster. Ask me why it's called blockbuster, why it's blockbuster using presets and that things, because I know what I'm doing. So decrease the vignettes and like this, finished. So next thing you're gonna do is gonna set the opacity to 12 like this. And if you see, you get this kind of bluish contrast called contrast, and layer new adjustment layer again as always. So you're gonna set here tritone. Well, you know what's tritone. So we won't touch the shadows and the highlights. It's gonna be white and a black, and this one needs to be some kind of a dead blue color, something like a really dead blue color to a more dark like this. So just like this is the perfect one. And you're gonna set this blend with the original song or 80, I mean 80 is the good one. So like this, and you're getting this kind of really cool tone, so cool tone. And you maybe set this to some other blend with the original 80, maybe 84. Try like this. No, I will set it to 80 because it was 80. And again, layer new adjustment layer like this, and gamma pedestal and gain that we use it pedestal. If you see, oh, I'm sorry, but the computation makes me problems. So gain with those kind of marker tools, I hate it. So next thing you want to do, you're going to increase the red gain to 1.1 like this, 1.1, and you're going to set its opacity to 20. And I told you I forgot something, and I'm really sorry that I forgot this, but you need to parent this layer to tracking point. So like this. So it's gonna be as it moves out, move this. So this is the cool one. So it's okay right now, and maybe you can increase the feather on this one. I don't remember what it was. Feather, maybe it can be 130, maybe 140 is the best one. And where do we start? Here. So it's over with this. I think it's over if I don't remember something more, but I think it's over. Yes, it's over. So layer, the new adjustment layer again, and you're gonna set the selective color again, and you're gonna do like this. So you're gonna set to red as it's on the first, and set this to 57, I mean 58, I don't know, 57 I remember. And you're gonna set the yellow to 100 like this. So you get this kind of warm here and warm here. So you're gonna increase that red. And I think that's all for this. So, and in the gamma pedestal and gain, you can set this to the sol mode. So like this. So next is again adjustment layer, and maybe you can do something more here. You can set it to magenta and increase the count to 52 and do this to 81. So this one, the black, to 100, And if you see now, you're gonna increase that though, you're gonna really increase that. So with the selective, so with new adjustment layer, you're gonna set here this adjustment layer to magic bullet looks again, and we're going to again use some presets, but we're going to use them as just a little help for. So first effect, you're gonna set flat. The flat effect gonna do something, and you're gonna set down the widget. So you're gonna set it like this, and you're gonna set this to 10%, and you're gonna get this kind of decontrasting all the thing and making the colors a little lighter. And you're gonna make this set again to magic bullet looks. Magic bullet looks, and you're gonna add this. Set again to blockbuster. Turn off the vignettes and set here on the gain. Not on the gain. You can set here on the gamma. Not to go in that. To go something in the. That's what I was saying. No, we're not going to use that. No. Cancel. I need to remember what I did. Oh, yes. The gain was. I forgot that. Turn off the vignettes again, and as I remember, the gain was more to the like this, more warming. Like this, it was going more to the warm one. Not like it. Let's lift set more to this one here. Something like that. No. We're not going to do that. Really. Because it's okay, it's really okay like this. So with this set it to more warm, you're gonna get that effect. So first thing you wanna do here, you're gonna set this to 6% strength. So like this, you're gonna go and get the yellow color behind her. And that next thing you're gonna do is create two solids. One gonna be yellow and another gonna be something like deep yellow, and another gonna be high red. So deep yellow color, I mean this for the deep yellow color, and similar to the yellow beige, that. So maybe more to the orange. No, we don't want to go more to the orange. No, we're going something like this. So yellow, let's call it yellow for easy remembering. I'm gonna set it to overlay like this, and the saturation gonna be 2%. So like this, you see the change. It's really small, but you're going to see that. And the one gonna be the high red. I mean, not too high red, but high red. Something like that. I'm gonna set this red. No, red. Like this. And you're gonna set here the opacity to 2%, and it's gonna be same style overlay like this. So it's not gonna be up on her, it's gonna be up and behind her. You're gonna change the colors behind her, not in front of her. So the next thing is again the adjustment layer, and in the adjustment layer just set tint effect. So here is the tint effect, and you can see here the tint makes all right. So the tint effect, don't touch anything, just change this to 10%. So 10% of a tint here, and you get this kind of cold war look. And again, new adjustment layer, like that. So adjustment layer, and you're gonna set the exposure here, exposure, and you're gonna set this null point, null. I mean, you can do 6 maybe, slightly increasing this. So, and the one of the most important thing from the first adjustment layer is going to be Mojo. So Mojo from Red Giant color suite, like this, and the Mojo, you can set the Mojo to 32, I mean, and you can set the Mojo tint to 52. As I remember, I must remember this because I was experimenting with this 4 days, as I said, and it was really kind of like that high stuff. So punch it 48.3, and then you're gonna set the bleach to something like 10, and with blend with original it's gonna be 64, and you're getting kind of style like this. So like this, I think. I mean, this is okay. I think it's really something like nice look, kind of warm. Maybe too much warm, but you're gonna see next stuff. What are you going to do? So new adjustment layer, and you're gonna set, this is a specific adjustment layer. As it moves, but you need to make a mask on this adjustment layer. And this is something like gamma, that you're gonna make the gamma. Increase this to more, like this, and range of the hand. So you're gonna do the feather on this, not still feather. So let's first add the effect, exposure. This is kind of the gamma, but the gamma main dip like that. So maybe you don't understand me. Sorry for my bad English, but I'm sick and I'm Serbian, so we all talk like that. So you're gonna set the feather out to slightly goes up on her body. So like this, more, even more. You can add this to 682. We don't chase the real color, real size. So you're gonna set the opacity somewhere about 40. So 42 maybe. So you're gonna kind of get this style, maybe even higher, maybe 50. You can increase it to 50. The 50 is the right one. So like this, you're gonna increase it to 50. And that's for that adjustment layer. So new adjustment layer, and thing you want to do in the new adjustment layer is set again the hue and saturation, but this time you're gonna colorize this thing. So you're gonna colorize it, and you're gonna set it to overlay like this, and you're gonna colorize it somewhere about, I don't know really, but I think 62 degrees like this. So you get this kind of a yellow and a green tone, and you're gonna set the opacity to 4%. So like this, and you're already getting your, so like this opacity. So the color behind her is again our point. So the next adjustment layer, we're gonna have the colorista from the color suite pack again. So I said you need to have the color suite pack. Colorista, I know, effect control. Let's remember this. Low. I mean like this. Wait a minute. So colorista too, like this. Why didn't show me? Oh, that's matter. So you're gonna do something like this. You're gonna set here to make a bigger this black hole here, like more to blue, and you're gonna set the highlight somewhere about that green color. More stronger, more stronger. Man, with that blue color. Like this, that green, that blue color too. And here you're gonna do like this. You're gonna make a strength cyan not too much strength. Not going to add too much strength to that count. So here you want to make the same thing as up there, but not too much the same. It needs to go more to the count here. So like this. So now it's really start to making me problems. And this one particularly, you're gonna set the effect to 20%. So it's almost visible when you apply this kind of a low error. Something I really prefer here is to try to make this in more strength. With more strength. So this is maybe the things you can't see right now, but you're gonna see it in the adding after this. So like this, just a little toning, very little side of toning. So you're gonna do like that, and I think that's okay. For now, that's okay. And this is mainly here, the new adjustment layer. And this tone is called, so we'll say, colorama. So like this, you're gonna apply the colorama, and you're gonna set the input phase all like here. Don't touch the input phase, I mean. And say output cycle, you set here to sepia 2 more. Sepia 2, maybe sepia 1. Let's try. Sepia 1. And you're gonna size up this dark wheel tone somewhere here, like this. Just the dark one, move it here, and then move this one. You're gonna don't touch this one, you're gonna move this one to here, and the dark one, it's going to have something like a dead orange coming, ochre, something like, I don't know, it's going more to the, it's going more to that color, to the, something like this. I think this is okay. Okay, let's see what it does. Oh, it's a perfectly okay, perfectly fine. And you're gonna set here blend with original night. No, we don't want to touch this. We just made a mistake. Oh no. So 1, and you're gonna set this to 96%. So this is what the colorama does. That's that warm, again the warm look. So whole time warm look, and warm look. So next thing is exposure again, and the slightly increasing the, I didn't say the point, no point, slightly increasing the brightness on this one. And I mean, you can do this. Layer new adjustment layer. We're not still done with this. So the layer, new adjustment layer, and you're gonna set again the brightness and the contrast. So now you're gonna increase the contrast for 25, and you're gonna set the hue and saturation here, hue and saturation to -30 here, -30. I mean, I hate this really in After Effects, hate some things. And set this to the -30 like this, and then the adjustment layer, this adjustment layer, I mean, let's see what we did on the colorama. We didn't do it good. You need to set this to 80. I forgot to tell, maybe to 70. That will be the best. So the 70, and with this one is going to be 80. And if it's all good, we are going to do the last adjustment layer. So the exposure, again that gamma exposure as I call it, but it's going to be applied like this. Exposure. Somewhere here minus 0.04 and here 0.0500 here. And what you're going to do with this, you're going to set a mask right above her head, I mean upper her head, and like this, and set this somewhere to 700, no, 1000. You can do it 1000. So you can click this and drag this a more bit down. So like that. Slightly go up. And then this to 50%. So you're getting kind of this look. And as I see, it's not really what I did in the last one, but we're going to decrease this to 20. So you're going to have the stronger saturation, stronger, but something like this. Let's see this to 10 maybe. It's gonna be good to 10. Maybe like this, something to 10. Now it's okay. And you're gonna go back to your mojo. Where is the mojo? So here. You're gonna send the warm here to something more warm. So say to 4, somewhere about 6. You can get back with the mojo to 6. So with this one you can set it to 6 and maybe get back to saturation. Not this saturation, maybe the last one we applied here. That was the great one. So let's see yellow. You can increase yellow to get my effect maybe. So like this, increase yellow to 20. Increase red to 20. And it's not still where I get. I mean, it's kind of, you see here it's warm and it does need to be warm. Not in my one, it's not warm. So we're going to make your problems. We're going to delete this layer. I made a mistake, a slight mistake. So we're going to set here to colorize this thing. And we're going to get back to mojo because it's the main controller for all of this thing. So get back warm down. So maybe mojo tint we can set here. It's not the tint what we need, it's mojo. So like this, something like this. This is the real one. So set it to 20. Let's see the effect you're gonna get. It's still not what I mean, but kind of the something like this. So we warmed it up, and let's see here, 40. Let's try to desaturate this with tint under the exposure. Let's say some tint effect here. You're going to set the tint and you're going to set the 50 amount to tint. Let's see now, maybe 30. So you're going to find together a reason why this is making our problems. So that's a great thing, because if I get wrong then everything like this. So something like this was in my main tutorial. So I mean something like this. So next to the mojo, let's see what happens when the mojo is off. So maybe it's kind of slight problem. You can make a mask right here. So because the building wasn't hit up, make a mask like this. here with the building and set it like here, set it like here. So kind of feather out this thing. You need to feather out. This one needs to be feathered out. So just like that. So now you can get back to your something like this. So that's with the tutorial. The tutorial is done. You can try another things at your home, at your work, something like that. And this is the basic idea of this color correction. It's really big and it's hard and everything that's so like it was basically the experimenting. And thank you for watching and see you another time with another tutorial.